Welcome back. We're doing it again, answering the questions. I'm sorry I took a little while. It's been a busy little chunk of time, but it's been really good. I'm really, really grateful. I want to tell you more, but I can't tell you yet. I signed an NDA. But I will tell you that it's voice acting, and my character is badass, and I spent the weekend in space. I think I'm quite method when it comes to acting, and I was her. And I can't wait to be her again. I have to wait for rewrites and edits on the script before I return, but it's just a dream come true. And on Friday, I went to a musical with a bunch of amazing women that I hadn't seen in a really long time. It was probably my first time really out in the world since 2020, 2019. Out in the world for pure entertainment. I've done volunteer work and gigs work, but yeah, that was lovely. And then on Saturday, we did kind of a belated Mother's Day event at the Caribbean Canadian CCHS, Caribbean Canadian Heritage Society, the same place where we are putting in the air conditioners that you helped make happen. So we did a Mother's Day event there. My mom came, and Miss British Columbia came and sang with her mother and gave a motivational speech, and our friend Jarrell, we've all been friends for over 10 years. He is a chef, and he catered the whole thing. Jamaican food, jerk chicken sandwiches, and it was just so good. And we had a whole bunch of leftovers, so my friend Anna and I went downtown, and we handed out so many cupcakes and cheesecakes and sandwiches to people who have no homes. And then the next day was the day to go do this dream job. And I booked another gig while I was waiting for my Uber to go to that gig. So I had my first online directed, we were on Zoom and they directed me while I recorded myself. It was a learning experience for sure. But I ran out of time. I had to catch my Uber. I ran, did that session, came back, and then finished the other session. And then the next day, first thing in the morning, was right back downtown to go back to space. And if I could live the rest of my life like that, I think I'd be cool with it. Anyways, so yeah, it's been nuts, but here we are. Let's answer some questions. I have seen a few of them, but not all of them. So I don't know what I'm about to get myself into here. Okay, so I'm just gonna start from the top. If you had a chance to play in a movie, what genre would you like to do, and would you want to be lead actor or supporting actor? But anything is cool with me. Lead, support, drama, comedy, romance, silent. I just love it. I've always loved acting in every form. I find I love modeling because it's like silent film to me, capturing moments and emotions without words. And then voice acting, filling your tone and your words with these little nuances to portray emotion without seeing, without the visual. Well, I guess usually there is a visual. But I gotta make sure that it works whether you see someone or not. I love those things. And then acting, that's a chance to just completely step into another world, another being, another person. And it's therapeutic for me because depending on the character, I get to kind of work through my own stuff because I can bring it into that character and I can I can separate myself from myself and process things, and it makes art. And usually it also helps my bank account, so ideal. Does that answer your question? I pretty much just said everything and all the things. But that's the truth. I'm gonna go super deep and ask, how do you define overall happiness, and do you think you found it yet at this stage in your life? What? Overall happiness. There are a few ways that I could answer this question. Happiness is chemical. It's the mix of chemicals. It's something triggered something and gave us good feels. It's just chemical. But like overall happiness, as in like I'm just like 100% happy, that doesn't exist. I think that we're sold the idea that it's a thing that we can have, but I don't believe in it. There's always got to be balance. And the pursuit of happiness almost counteracts the whole mission. If you're always searching for happiness, you miss out on the happiness that is all around you. Because happiness is chemicals, and you can trigger those chemicals in so many ways if you're present and open and can see the beauty everywhere. Easier said than done, especially when you suffer from various mental illnesses, and depression is a big one, where if you're lacking in some of those chemicals, or if your brain isn't producing them as it should, that makes it tough. I'm speaking from personal experience. But I have found happiness. I find it all the time. I'm not sure if when you say overall you mean it in the like extreme sense where it's like all you feel is happiness. I just don't think that that's possible. And if I keep rambling, this will be a very, very long video, which some of you asked for, so maybe I will keep rambling. How did you become a commentator for Psych2Go? So Psych2Go, I guess it was when they were sort of just beginning, like they were relatively new. And I was working with at-risk youth. I was essentially like live-in care. Like I would be pulling 16-hour shifts, days in a row, with really cool kids who didn't have all of the opportunities that every kid should have. But I would have like chunks of shifts, and then I would also have like windows of no work, and I was trying to just like fill in the spaces with other gigs. I think that was around the time where I had started doing part-time work for the record label, and I was just looking on Craigslist for anything voice related. And what? Sorry, another message. Looking for voice work, Craigslist. Yeah, so I sent them a little sample, and they emailed me back. Ty, the founder, emailed me back, and I also sent some samples of music, and we went back and forth, and we really hit it off, and he was excited about the music aspect too, and wanted to support me and everything that I was doing however he could, and it was just meant to be. It was just meant to be. So yeah, it was Craigslist. They are not hiring through Craigslist anymore, as far as I know. Yeah, so that's how it happened. It started off as just a little bit here and there, and then, well, you see how many voiceovers I've done to this day, thousands. So it progressed, and we started doing more little shorts and experimenting, and then the face reveal was crazy. And I don't know if you have seen the they made a whole music video for one of my songs. It's called Afraid of Heights. And Psy and like a lover are flying. Oh, it's really, really cute. When I think about it, I get goosebumps. Next, I've closed the community page. Community. One moment, please. Almost there. Here we are. I remember a Psych2Go video that stated that unhealthy food... Sorry, some of these questions, if they're like related to mental health or anything psychology based, there's only so much that I know. I don't write the scripts for Psych2Go. I'm learning as I read, just like you're learning as you listen. So I don't want to extend any medical or professional advice because I can't. I am not qualified. But I think I can answer this one. I remember a Psych2Go video that stated that unhealthy food has a negative impact on one's mental health, and another stating that positive activities like working out, walking, or caring for a pet help a lot. Would you consider that such activities really help in one way or another from your own experience? 100%. $1,000,000% yes. Diet is huge, exercise is massive, and PD is my godsend angel. Where is he? PD? We had a long walk this morning. He's probably asleep somewhere. But I have cut out a lot of processed foods, a lot of sugar. I definitely used food as a comfort and to kind of numb myself for many, many years. It was just, I'm sad, I'm gonna eat a extra large pizza to my head and maybe also a whole cheesecake. I could get it in, but I never felt good after, and it never helped anything. It was momentary. Kind of shut everything off while I was shoving it into my face, and then when I was done, I felt awful. So I'm eating pretty clean, very clean, and I have a schedule now. And I found that waking up, I wake up at 5-ish, 5:30 in the morning every day. And I go for my walk before I do anything else, rain or shine. And I mean, that with the combination of everything else that has changed in my world this year, I feel like a brand new person. I really do. Yeah, they make a difference. The problem is, or not the problem, the hardest part is starting. The hardest part is creating the habit. Once you're in it and once the habit is formed, you're good to go. You want to do all the things. You crave it. But when you don't have motivation and you're in a dark place, it is very, very hard to start, and I understand that. So I fully believe in the set small goals to start off. Small, simple, whatever it is. For me, it was opening my journal. As soon as I woke up and crawled out of bed, I went straight to my desk, to my journal. I would write the date. I would check my Fitbit to see how many hours I slept, and I would just log that. I was logging basic things like my mood, how I feel first thing in the morning, things like that. I wanted to see how I was cycling. I was kind of studying myself. But that led to other things. I would also make lists. I love just checking things off of lists. It does something, I don't know what it is. It's magic. It's good for your confidence and your motivation. And all of that said, it still isn't easy. Expect it to be hard when you're making substantial changes in your world. Especially if you've been doing the same thing over and over and over again for most of your life. It's gonna be uncomfortable, but it's worth it. Next, you are incredibly talented. Thank you. Will you be putting out any new music soon? Yeah. I just put out Citrus Syrup, and I have another one called Let Me Go. We're just kind of finalizing the mix, and then that will be out. And I also want to make a video for it, like a video. I have an idea. And then I'm just kind of following my heart. Whenever I'm inspired, I create. And as long as I have the time and the space to do so, I will. I also really appreciate and enjoy the Comfort Zone play. Oh, that's awesome. The Comfort Zone playlist. I made a Comfort Zone playlist on Apple Music. If you're on Apple Music and you are interested in checking it out, let me know in the comments. I'm gonna have to find it. Unfortunately, it's only on Apple Music. Yes. Moving on. Uh-oh, my voice, sorry. What's your favorite way of helping yourself and others, and why? And what's your favorite pastime activities and why? So the day that I went to the musical, I was at my soul sister Alicia's place, and she was getting ready, and I was looking at her whiteboard. We both have kind of manifestation whiteboards up by our beds, and at the bottom of hers it said something like, how you show up for the world is how the world will show up for you, or how you show up for the universe is how the universe will show up for you. And that's how I've been trying to function lately. I'm just trying to be of service in the ways that I know that I was built to do that. So through Psych2Go and through helping out the community and creating. Can you hear that? Well, there's Petey. Can you hear that? I just got approved for super like on all my videos, so if you want to support, click that button, and maybe I can move. Yeah, so what's my favorite way of helping myself and others? That's it. I put my heart and soul and every single bit of me into everything that I do. I am so grateful for the opportunities that I have to create and be a voice and live my dreams, but I worked hard. I worked so hard. I work hard every day. I made the decision that I wanted to be in this world when I was like 4. And I'm a stubborn girl. I made the decision, and that was that. Definitely had my doubts. Definitely wanted to quit. Definitely thought I quit a couple times too. But yeah. So yeah. I hope I answered your question. Have you played the game, I don't know how to say this, so clearly no I haven't, Omari before? I know it's been a part of the themes and animations on the videos you voiced, but have you personally played it? I haven't, but I've watched other people play, and it's a very beautiful, well-made game about real-life mental health struggles. I don't play video games, ever. I'm not good at them. I mean, I tried when I was a kid. I like watching people play. No, I haven't seen this. I know there are a lot of references to, the things that a lot of people like in the Psych2Go videos. I have no idea what's going on. I just know that they're very cute. But yeah. Tommy, how has your mental health been? It's been a while since we talked. And then Varun said, hey, Tommy, I love it when you guys, become friends through the chats. You know each other. Yeah, my mental health is better. It's good. Yeah. what drives you to do what you do, what motivates you to do what you do, is like to go in your own personal channel. Also, would you do live streams every once in a while? I've been thinking about doing live streams. I'm nervous, but I'm trying to face my fears. But I mean, as long as it's safe. So I think I'll do live streams. I kind of think I want to wait for the channel to grow just a little bit more before I jump in, which is weird because if I'm nervous, maybe I should just do it now while it would be a smaller audience. I'll think about it. I'll wait until my heart and intuition says it's go time. I think for the rest of that question, I've already kind of answered it though. What drives me and what motivates me? What's my favorite movie, TV series, and book? If you've watched the other Q&As, you know the answer. I don't have favorites. I don't have favorite anythings. I change so much every day, every hour sometimes. I don't have favorites. No favorite color, no favorite food. My favorite dog is Peter. Yeah. What's your inspiration? What was your inspiration to start a YouTube channel? We'll start there. Everything that I create for this channel is for you. I want you to feel better. I want you to come here and have a safe place. I want you to be able to take a deep breath and have a moment in a safe space. I care. I care about you, and I will never know what you are personally feeling, but I know that I have felt things that I wouldn't wish upon anyone, and if you feel anything like that, my wish is that I can do something to make it just a little bit better, just for a moment. So I started my channel in, like, officially really kind of started posting and creating in 2020 when everything got pretty crazy, and I was scared, and I knew for a fact that the rest of the world was too, and it brought me comfort to bring comfort to others, or to try. And it brought me comfort to create. I would go to nature, and whatever worked for me, if I could capture that energy, I wanted to capture it and then share it with you. So that's why I'm in nature all the time, and that's why all the videos are in nature and kind of spacey and dreamy, because I want it to just be an escape, a healthy escape. And that's what motivates me to do this. And then, what was your journey to this new world of support and hate? I don't feel like I'm in a world of support and hate. As much as I try to stay connected, like really connected with all of you, I have boundaries, and I know where my energy and my world ends, and where anything that's coming at me it's them. It's not me. It's not about me. And I had a hard time with weird comments at first. The things that I struggle with most now are less about hate. There's very little hate over here. Let's keep it that way. Sometimes people can be a little inappropriate. I'll put it that way. But again, it's as simple as I delete it. It's gone. This is a safe space. This is a space that I created. I get to decide what stays here. And if I see anything that could hurt someone, including myself, I delete it. It's gone. That's that. The love the love can be overwhelming, but in the best way. And it has really helped. You are the wind. You are the wind beneath my wings, but like for real. You've helped me remember that I can fly. And I hope that as I get better at it, I can remind you that you can too. And then, can you still imagine life without YouTube? Yeah, I can. And I'm going to live it. I will definitely be taking breaks from YouTube here and there. I am still not really on Instagram or any socials, and it feels good. And I think that it's important that all of us definitely like detach for extended periods of time from all the things that we use to escape, so that we can recenter and remember who we are and remember what it feels like to be here now. Sometimes it hurts, sometimes it sucks, but we have to process those things. We have to be here for them. So yeah, I can imagine it. I'm looking forward to it. I want to take a vacation one day. One day. I was thinking about it in like 2018 that I wanted to get away, and then it didn't happen. Or maybe it did. Maybe I went to California. Anyways, it's been a long time. And when I go there, I'm not looking at YouTube. I'll probably still document though. Anyways, sorry if that's too many. You can just answer what we answered, all of them. Love you. Next. Who and what is your inspiration? Me and you and Earth. I was thinking about love and relationships. I've been single for a really long time, and I'm totally okay with that. I was thinking about how much I love nature and Earth. And I was like, if I can find someone that I feel like that about, then that's the one. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I don't know if that makes sense, and I don't want to get into that. What was the question? My inspiration. Yeah, it's you and me and Earth. And humans. Humans are just so... I just want to understand this existence. Yeah. What do you do to be productive all day? I'm not productive all day, not every day. But, sorry. I love what I do, so find things that you love and make them a part of your day. Or also, yeah, it's the habits again. Force yourself to do the things even if you don't want to do them, and eventually it'll just become second nature, and you'll get the things that have to be done, and then you'll have time to do, or you'll have the mental capacity to start adding the things that you really want to do into your agenda or your world or your life. Maybe, I don't know, everyone is different. I don't feel like I should be giving life advice to anyone, because our experiences are so unique, and I think that my whole life will be trying to understand life. How do I handle hatred and criticism? Hatred, I don't. Hatred can go. There's just no place for it. There's no need for it. There's nothing to break down or like pick apart to see if it's like warranted. It's just not. Hatred is not warranted. When it comes to like being towards a person, I guess that's not true. I guess there are people that we can hate. Are there? I'm not gonna go there. Criticism, yeah, criticism though. I think that we should, well, okay, speak for myself. I like criticism. Especially when it comes to what I make. I want to know where I can improve. There's always room for improvement. I am a bit stubborn when it comes to, I think as long as I can be like present and conscious of like, this is criticism. Is it of value? Can you use it to better yourself? Are you pushing it away because of your ego or because it's actually not for you? It's just like, yeah, that's how I process it. Is that processing? I think so. What's your biggest regret? I don't have any. There's no point in regrets. What message would you like to give your younger self? Sorry, too many questions. These are really good questions. Nothing to be sorry about. I guess I used to have this dream where I would, well, I had the dream like once, maybe twice. We actually like did a whole like reenactment. I'll tell you the dream. So I'm at my elementary school and I walk onto the playground and there is little me and it's raining and I still have all my big curly hair and it's like down to my butt because I'm so short and I'm depressed. I've had depression my whole life and I felt that emptiness from young and hopelessness and just like so many questions about why the world is the way it is and how people can be so cruel and existential stuff. I was in those thoughts from very young, and I also knew that what I wanted to do and the only things that brought me joy were singing and flowers and animals. And I was like, man, like if that isn't gonna be my life, I don't want to be here. And I was having those thoughts from like 4 or 5. I was looking around and I'm like, if I have to just like do it like 9 to 5 and sit in an office and every day is about making money and survival, I was like, I'm not really here for it. I will die. I have to have the 9 to 5. I have to be a slave in a sense. I just felt like it just felt like I was trapped. But I was like, I'm gonna try anyways. We'll see what I can do. It'll be something that brings me that feeling that I'm always chasing. That like, is it reprieve? Is that the word? The relief from that hell, darkness, just agony. I knew that what everyone else was doing, adults with the kids, what everyone else wanted to grow up to be. Is that true? I think at that age we all wanted to like be a pony, but I just felt like it was either very, very unrealistic, but just like potential failure, like homeless, or death. Like I just could not do the other thing. I had nothing, but also chemicals, like the chemicals in my brain, like there was no motivation for anything other than to escape the pain. Does that make sense? I feel like I'm going in circles, but I was feeling a lot of feels, and I was very anxious, and I wish that I could tell her, that she would make it happen. Whew. Yeah, that she can do it, and she will. Yeah, and so we actually made like a reenactment video. We found like a little mini me twin, and we had like a whole scene at a playground, and we filmed it in the rain, and I walk up to her and I tell her that everything that she dreams comes true. But that was when I was working with the crazy ex-manager before I went to LA, and that's another story. I rambled so much there, but yeah, that's what you're here for, right? Right? Do I enjoy writing? If so, what kind of writing do I enjoy? Yeah, I love writing. All things. I used to love writing stories, but I just couldn't make anything cohesive. For the life of me, like I would be off to such a great start. I remember in English, I would hand in, the first 3 pages of a story, and then the next time we were doing English, I would have to pick back up from where I was, and I just couldn't keep it flowing. Suddenly, like, the detective is riding a horse, it was just so random, and I was like, okay, like, my ideas were going here and here, but then because I had a break in between writing, it just wouldn't make sense. And I remember getting like notes back from my teacher like, Amanda, what? What is happening here? And I just don't have the patience to write stories anymore. But I love writing poetry. I love writing songs. Yeah, things where I can be as abstract as I am. What does PD love to eat the most? Everything. When I adopted PD, there's that, and then that's a good question. Pancakes, of course. He loves peanut butter. So my dog's name is Peter Butter Pancakes. And when I got him, they said that he was quite obese, from like on the, I guess, dog obesity scale. It goes from 1 to 10, and he was like an 8. And they said that he was very food motivated, and that I had to help him lose weight because he has really little legs. I think he has that form of dwarfism, and his hips can't handle the heavy load. Like he had to drop some weight. So yeah, he loves everything. He also, this dog has gotten into so much trouble. He got onto this table. I'm not going to show you the table, but you're on a dining table. He got onto this table and stole my friend's chocolate birthday cake. I was so worried. Called the vet. They said that he was probably going to need to have his stomach pumped, but to keep an eye on him. He was fine. He also ate raisins or grapes, which are supposedly highly toxic. He, with those little mini legs, finds a way to get onto places I just could never imagine being possible. So now I'm very, very careful with him, and I like box him into like a main area if I leave for an hour or any extended period of time. I never leave him for very long. But he does love peanut butter, and chicken. It's just everything. He just loves to eat. He won't eat his kibbles unless I add water and then sprinkle oats on top. But just all food is cool with Peter. I have question number 57. I don't think it's 57. We haven't had... I think you're being dramatic. I have question number 57 because there are so many good questions. I'm surprised this is such a pet peeve when people use their horns, but like, they don't need to. Like, they're there to keep people safe, not for your rage. I'm just so sensitive to sound that it like gives me like an anxiety burst every time. So anyways. Super fun question and answer. Question being your age. I remember being your age. I'm 36. How are you handling... Okay, we'll start again. Okay, Ashley Walters. I have a question number 57 because there are so many good questions. I'm surprised. This is going to be a super fun question and answer. My question is, being your age, I remember being your age. I'm now 36. How are you handling the impact of negative people? Because it seems like you can never really get rid of them. I know because they still try to bully me now. How do you handle that? Pushy, negative people. Now being 36, I'm so much stronger than when I was 25. When I was 25, I felt like I could feel everything. It was a very hard time in my life with negative people. Not sure if I was going to meet my goals. Yeah. When you're a very sensitive person, you usually have quite a bit of empathy. And if you can find a way to really remember that this energy is coming from a person who is hurting, who is projecting, it's not really about you. Their opinions are their opinions. They're theirs. They have nothing really to do with you. Again, easier said than done, but that's how I maintain. There are times when my feelings get hurt, but it's less about my feelings being hurt by what they said. It's more like it breaks my heart when I see someone act so cruel and like just sick. Like I'm like, you are really sick. Like, I really hope that you get help. And I don't think that you will. It's like that energy. It still doesn't feel good, but I just remind myself that it has nothing to do with me. But that's on a good day. You know, as a sensitive person, there are days where you're just so open and raw, and things that maybe shouldn't, I hate the word shouldn't, but things that maybe shouldn't affect you still affect you. But when you're able to think a little straighter, a little clearer, I think you can work on separating yourself. And I mean, we're all on our own journeys. This is my life. This is my experience of life on Earth as Amanda Silvera. This is your experience, yours alone. Yes, there are other people all around us. We share a planet and a reality. Like, don't get me started on like dimensions and realities, but what is that? But yeah, I think that it's a major key to focus on you. Focus on you. I hope that helps. Or answers your question. Because it sounds like you're doing much better now. How do you get yourself into a new hobby from your own experience? I don't get myself into new hobbies unless they like call me. I have to be really like, I'm getting tired. I have to be inspired. Something has to call me. And if it does, I am all in. I go hard. I study. I practice. Yeah. It doesn't feel like practicing though. I do it. I do get pretty obsessed with things sometimes. And if it sticks, then it was meant to be. Yeah. I'm thinking of getting myself into dance and music, but I've never done anything like that before. Well, if you're being called to it, try. Just try. I was called to this. I was at the studio, and the person I was making music with had like so many of these. I think there's chocolate on it. Excuse me. And the sound of it just soothed me, and I had to have it. Like, it was a need. I do not know how to play it properly. Same with the piano and the guitar. They called to me. I do not know how to read music. I do not know how to play them, like play them. Like, if you were like, I know how to play the guitar, I know how to play the piano, I know how to play the kalimba. What I do and what you do are probably very different things. I know how to make sounds that I like the sound of. And will I ever sit down and learn how to like properly play a song? It's doubtful. I don't think I will. But I'm happy with my relationship with these things. Definitely just try. Just try. I have taught myself some songs though, but it's just playing by ear. I taught myself, this is not impressive at all, I taught myself Joy to the World. But I was young. I got that keyboard the same Christmas that I got my keyboard was the same Christmas that I got a Baby Bop, which was like Barney's female like sidekick. So I was young, and I taught myself Joy to the World. My phone is locked. What's next? What's next? What's next? I've noticed you got some interesting tattoos. How many do you have, and what do they all represent? Or the meaning behind them? I have a lot of tattoos. Once upon a time, they were all pretty small tattoos, and then since the end of 2020 to now, and I'm still working on them, I've covered up most of my original work. Now everything is floral. I have this ladybug. She is a lucky charm. My parents are from Jamaica, and we used to go back pretty regularly. And I think it was my 19th birthday. I had a driver named Lansford. He was driving me from Kingston to Ocho Rios. And in Jamaica, I don't know if it's still like this, but when you're up in the hills, it's like narrow roads and you're like in a mountain. And when you come around the corner, you honk, and then like there could be a car coming this way and they honk, and that's so that you know that like someone's coming around the corner. But I'm just like, how do people not die? Like, you don't have enough, there's nowhere to go if someone's coming. It's only big enough for, I don't know. I was scared. And Lanny, I called him Lanny Lansford. He loved white overproof rum, Jamaican overproof rum. This is strong. My dad said that he ran his car on overproof rum one time in Jamaica. I don't know how that works. Is that possible? It could be. Jamaicans love to exaggerate. But there's like little huts where you can get like jerk chicken, you can get rum and cokes. Every time we hit like little hut, like a little stop, he would get white rum. So he was progressively getting drunker, and this is like, I think like a 2-hour drive. I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, fellow Jamaicans. But yeah, he was getting drunker and drunker, and we're just like around like the mountain hills, and like if we fall, we die. Like, I'm just looking over the side in this truck. But at one stop, a ladybug came and it landed on my seatbelt. And it stayed with me for the rest of the ride. And then when I got out of the truck, when we reached Ocheria's, it flew away. And also when I drowned, the principal at my school sent like a beanie baby, like a really big one, and it was a ladybug, and its name was Lucky. And ladybugs have just always represented like protection and good luck, so I got that. And it also reminds me of my grandma. Won't go too deep into it, but she was shot and killed in Jamaica. And going back to Jamaica is always like a spiritual thing for me. Like, I feel like, also because my parents were born and raised there, and then one of each of their parents, both of my dad's parents and then my mom's dad, were also born and raised there. And I just feel like there's so much of my roots there, but also I just feel like grandma was taken so soon. And butterflies, dragonflies, ladybugs, I see them and I'm like, hey grandma. So yeah, that's what this one is. The rest of them are pretty much just just a bunch of flowers. You know how I feel about flowers. I'm just covered in a beautiful garden. Some of the flowers represent different things. Like this one, this little orange one right here, that's my Anna flower. One of my best friends. It just represents her. I was like, pick a flower. What color do you want? She said orange. But she also gave me a really cute card years ago, and I still have it, and there's a bunny holding a little flower that looks just like this one. I have a whole video on Passion, Patience, Persist. This one, DCT, it means dreams come true. I got that when I was like 16. Yeah, there's a lot. Oh, I gave myself, I'm not showing you my feet. We're not, no. But on my ankle, I gave myself a stick and poke tattoo. It's a little sailboat, and then on the mast, there's a little moon, and it represents Sailor Moon. Get it? How was your life back when you used to do clubbing and modeling before you did voice acting? How was my life? I don't know, miserable. I was so depressed. I was just a very unhealthy girl. It was hard. Every day for the most of my life has just been a battle to keep going. There's been so much of my life that I did not want to exist. I have tried to not exist many times. I say many because more than one is yeah, it was complicated. I was just always trying to not feel the pain. There were definitely beautiful moments, dream come true moments. We have a beautiful theater out here called the Orpheum, and I got to perform on that stage a couple times, and I got to travel to London, and I met my uncle before he passed and got to spend some time with him after that show because he was in Wales, and I did like a little mini radio tour and heard my music on the radios in Europe, and those things definitely, like, it's interesting because yeah, they made me happy, but it doesn't make the pain go away. And if you know, you know. Oh, what genre of music do you like the most? Can't answer that. Couldn't, even if I wanted to. Do I have any siblings? Who do I love the most? If I had more than one sibling, what are you trying to do? You're trying to get me in trouble? I have one sibling, a younger brother. And he is my favorite sibling. I have a good question. Oh, yeah. We had a conversation about that. Are you looking to collaborate with local artists? What would life be like without music and the ability to create it, or even just enjoy some wholesome what would life be? I don't know. I don't want to know. I'm not even gonna go there. Collaborate with local artists? If it's the right artist, yeah. We have to be on the same page, though. I used to always be down to collab with absolutely every and anyone. That wasn't the best idea. A lot of wasted time. A lot of things were made that should not be seen by the public, seen or heard. But they have been, and they will be, because the internet. So yeah, I definitely have to like really feel it in my heart that it's like the right match, the right connection. But I'm always open. I love finding like-minded, or not even like-minded, just like passionate creatives that I like, that, you know, that make things that I enjoy, and that enjoy the things that I make, and then we can make things together. That's vibes. Varun. Okay. Do you like hugging small children? I think so. How would you feel if a small child was feeding you a piece of cake or dessert when you were in tears? I don't know. How would you feel if a small child was feeding you a piece of cake or dessert while I was in... Honestly, I would be like, get your sticky little hands away from me. I don't want to be fed cake or dessert by a small child. I don't know, their hands are always a mess. If I'm honest. Sorry, Varun. I wish I could be that small child who could feed you and hug you when you are sad. You know what? That's sweet. Thank you. Next. Okay. I'm curious to know how you became the voice of Psych2Go. We did that. Do you look both ways before crossing our minds? Can you tell me a life hack or something about overcoming social anxiety? Yeah. You have to keep putting yourself in uncomfortable situations. You have to keep doing the scary thing, and it'll slowly reprogram your brain to see that you aren't in danger and that you are safe. My stage fright and also social anxiety was so crippling. It's kind of bad again because I've spent so much time alone in my little cave here for the past couple of years, but it was so bad that I would almost pass out. You could audibly hear my heart pounding. You could see like my shirt like shaking from my heartbeat. Oh no, did you break a leaf? Sorry. My mouth would get so dry that I couldn't even like move my tongue to talk. I couldn't think. My hearing would go. I would like go into like full panic attacks. But I wanted to sing, and I wanted to perform, and I wanted to act, and I wanted to audition, and I wanted to do all these things that involved being in front of a lot of people, and then like bearing my heart and soul. And I was like, how is this gonna work? So for me, I was like, I just have to face my fears. I have to do the things that scare me over and over and over again until they become like habit, until they become no big deal. They never became no big deal. They're still scary, but I can handle them a lot better now. So what I did was I said that anytime someone asked me to sing, on the spot, whatever, I had to do it. And whenever I met someone new, I had to mention that I'm a singer so that they would ask me to sing. Sometimes they would, sometimes they wouldn't, but I was like, I have to put the bait out, and if they take it and they ask me to sing, I have to sing, no matter where. In the mall, in the library, at school, at the grocery store, like wherever, anywhere. And it really helped. It really helped, and I started to get so comfortable with it that I remember we'd have like field parties in high school, like just in a random field, getting into trouble, and there'd be someone like beatboxing and freestyling, and then I would I would freestyle sometimes, or I would, like just add a little hum, and it would just be comfortable, and it would feel so good, and it would be so fun, and that could have never happened before. There's so much happening outside. We have a windstorm happening, and also a dog losing his mind, or her mind, its mind. I want to see. What are you doing? Where are you? They're gone. Hey, wanna come say hi? Come. I was talking about you. Oh. I was talking about your little legs and how you like to eat all the food. Oh, he's so plump still. I give him long walks and healthy food, but he's a chunky boy still. But you're beautiful and I love you no matter what. What was I saying? Yeah, it's all in your head. No. It is. All of these things are chemicals and neurons, and study neuroscience. Look into why our brains do what they do. That's been helpful for me as well. Understanding the human body, mind. A lot of these things are, we're like machines. And once you understand that, like, you're feeling this anxiety because your body or your brain thinks that you're in danger, and then learning that if you repeatedly do this thing that is triggering the anxiety, and you show your brain that you're not in danger, it'll reprogram itself, hopefully. That's my advice. I feel like you're not comfortable. Wait, are you making a funny face? His lip stuck on his teeth. I'm gonna put you down. Okay? Okay. Okay. I think I'm gonna wrap it up pretty soon. Here. How much water do I drink every day? Sometimes lots, sometimes not enough. Working on it. I feel like I might get an app or something to remind me. But because I've been waking up so early, and I have this routine now where I make like a really, really like rich, delicious coffee. Like I use like whipping cream, and a lot of it, like not whipped, just the fullest fat cream. And I add cocoa and cinnamon and vanilla. What else do I add? I have hazelnut flavoring that I add sometimes. I just make this like decadent, rich cup of coffee. And it's big. And then after I drink that, I don't want anything for a while. And then I forget about water. So I have to work on that. But then sometimes I have pretty good streaks. As it gets warmer and I do my walks, my body will just tell me what to do. I want to know how tall you are. You seem pretty tall. If I had to guess, I'd say somewhere between 5'7" and 5'9". Good guess. I am pretty much that. I'm 5'7.5", I think. I'm either 5'7.5" or 5'8.5". The way I remember is I am the same height as Rihanna. So Google that and there's your answer. Would you read us a bedtime story? I would love to. I would love to. So I will, maybe. Or you can check out Nancy of Paradise Cottage. It is a playlist on this channel. So I tried to do a lot of accents. It's pretty cringe for me, but maybe maybe you'll enjoy. I keep like wanting to just go like make it private, but while it's there, enjoy. I got a question. Are you Dua Lipa's long lost sister? No. No. But thank you. How do you make money? Do you do something other than YouTube? And then my to-do before I die list. Okay, so to start, how do I make money? This voice, YouTube does not make me much money. But if you hit that little button, the super like button, that'll help. Psyched to go, and then whatever I book through my agent, and yeah, sometimes a modeling gig here or there, just gigs. Like I am always trying to book, and when sometimes I have great months, sometimes I have not great months. Sometimes I really like don't know how I'm going to pay all of my bills, but I'm getting better at putting a little bit aside every time anything comes in. But yeah, it's getting better, and I have faith. I have faith. It'll be okay. My to-do list before I die. Oh, so many things. But that's actually something that I want to really sit down and like write out again now that I'm feeling a little bit better and I have like more hope and vision for the future and less dread and doom within my soul. You look gorgeous, thank you. Do I play any instruments? We talked about that. What are some of your hobbies for fun and your to go for stress when you just need to think for yourself? Hobbies for fun, taking a bath. Taking a bath and sitting in nature and making things. And everything that I do for work is also what I do for fun. And what was the other question? I feel like that covered it. I'm gonna speed up a bit because we're almost done. If you weren't doing YouTube, what could you see yourself doing and why? I want to study more psychology and brain stuff, and also just the like how to take care of our planet. Science in general is not a happy place, but I'm definitely very into it. Like I can study and study and study for hours and get lost in quantum physics, neuroscience, biology, and then the ecosystem like of Earth. And I would love to either invest or be a part of some sort of project that involves those things, while also bringing my art into the mix, or bringing whatever my creative gifts. Maybe making a documentary following scientists to better educate I don't know. More favorite questions. Would I get another pet? Yeah. Definitely only rescues, though. How's our resident Angelina Jolie doing today? I don't think I Well, I'll take it. Have you visited the US? Yeah. That's why I answered this actually. What did I say? Many stories could be told if I answer this one. Yeah, it's like a whole other story time, and I'm also like, I feel like maybe I should save it for like later down the road. I went to LA and it got scary, and then it got beautiful, and then it got sad, and then I don't know. But yeah, oh yeah, I've also been to Seattle and Florida. Is that it? I really want to go to Hawaii. I feel like if I go on vacation soon, that's where I want to go. But yeah. Well, yeah. What do you do if you compare yourself to others and think you're bad, you hate yourself, you're dumb? It just don't. You are experiencing your own, whatever I said earlier when I was less tired. Okay, last question. Did it hurt? When she fell from heaven, oldest one in the book. Yeah, it hurt a lot.